make this video today because I've been asked a lot of time by my friends why I look so happy, what's new in my life. So I decided to share with you my little secret. Nothing changed in my life, but everything inside of me kind of changed. So I decided to have a conversation with myself and try to figure out why am I not happy. So for you to be able to understand why you're not happy, you actually have to go back into your life and analyze it from every angle, from your upbringing, education, school, your friends, people like you being around, things that they told you about life, happiness, and also the impact that social media has into our mood, our happiness. I personally found out that I've been force feed the wrong information about happiness because I thought it was like I've been told by my parents the way they raised me. It was kind of like my happiness will depend on my husband, for example. It's like I have to be a good wife, I have to be a good mother, I need to know how to cook, I need to do how to do different things, how to look after kids, and then I will find a man that will love me and make me happy. So that was the first one information that I've been given about happiness. And the other one was the study side of happiness. Work hard, go to school, learn, have a job, buy a house, and be happy. I kind of follow this pattern, and I was like, I'm doing everything I should be doing to be happy, but I'm still not happy. And then 20 years or even more sometimes, and you're like, well, I've done everything, but I'm not happy. Why am I still not happy? Is it because I do not deserve to be happy? Or what is the problem? So when I went back into my life and analyzed it and asked questions and answered my own question, I just realized that happiness is not something that you can buy. It's not something that someone can give you. It's something that you'll feel inside of you. So it's kind of something like you are in charge of. It's not something that someone's gonna come and give you. For example, because I just felt like I have to have a husband, I have to have kids, I have to do those type of things to be happy. There was a time in my life I was homeless. I was really depressed, really low all the time, and I thought, well, when I have a home, I will be happy. And then come the time where I did get the home, I thought I was really happy at the beginning. And then after a while, I just think like, well, I'm still feeling that emptiness inside of me. So what is it then? Because I have my place now, and I couldn't understand it. One day I came back from work. I went in every room of my home, like my front room, my bedroom, my kitchen, etc. And I was trying to be happy, like trying to open my eyes to those things that I have that should make me happy, but I'm still not happy. And I was just crying. I didn't understand why I was just crying. Like, I have all this, I should be happy, but I'm not happy. And in fact, I found out that at this time, when I thought I was happy because I had a home, I was actually excited and not happy. I was excited, I was grateful because I have a home, but I still was not happy. And then I decided to have like a list of the mistake that I've made or I was still doing in order to be happy, but I still couldn't be happy. I decided to ask myself, what will actually make you happy? Like, it was in the dark, I remember. I closed my eyes, I turned off all my lights, and I was like, okay, I need to talk to myself. I have to have a conversation with myself and be honest with myself. Why are you not happy at all? My very first mistake was to believe that happiness will come with people. Happiness will come like as an object, something that I possess. That was my very, 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 very first mistake. And you know, up to right now, sometimes I hear women saying, when I get married, when I have children, I'll be happy. And I did it myself, you know, I thought it myself. But no one on this planet can make you happy apart from yourself. And no one on this planet can stop you from being happy apart from yourself. Basically, I just like work on myself and decided that happiness is an open buffet, you know. if there's a lot of things on the table, you have to get up and help yourself and take what you want to feed yourself with. So there is no point on sitting on the table hoping that other people will bring something for you. So you have to get up and go get what you want. And if other people bring more to the table, it will just add to your own plate. But you need to come with your own plate full of what makes you happy. The choices that you make as well, when things happen, bad things happen, will make you unhappy. If you're asking yourself why you are not happy, you shouldn't instead ask yourself what will make you happy. What does happiness mean to you? Why do you have all those nice things around you but you are still not happy? So in order to move forward, I decided to do a list of 10 things that actually were stopping me to be happy or happier. First thing I had on my list was comparing your own life to other people's life. And that's something that we tend to do a lot with social media, or when we hear news of so and so is doing this, so and so is doing that. That's something that I did, like, hands up. So that's one thing I needed to stop doing. So stop comparing your life to other people's life. Stop visualizing other people's goals and start having your own personal goals. So when I say stop visualizing other people's goals, doesn't mean that do not be inspired by other people. But don't envy these people. Like, oh, I wish it was my house. I wish I had this. You can. Stop wishing for it, but you can actually have those things, because our vision tends to be blurred by what things seems to be like, and we don't really see what they are really in reality. Stop focusing on bad things. Third things was for me to stop hanging around negative people. That's the thing. Plainness and negative people or bad people to be around when yourself you are feeling low, because they just add to the negativity. When I feel low and I'm with other people who are talking about good things, I just like, it's kind of like keep your head above water for me. But if you're with me, you're complaining, I'm complaining, we're complaining together, we're not going to move any forward. We're just gonna drown with each other's problem. So you do have to set limits and know when you have to distance yourself from certain type of people for your own sanity, to be fair. You need to surround yourself with people who inspire you, people who make you want more and will make you want to do better and be a better person. And that's one thing I started doing, and I can tell you, like, since I'm doing so, I'm just like, it's amazing. I have great conversation with great people. Sometimes I can stay over the phone for 4 hours, but when I come out, like, I feel like I'm ready for that fight, you know. I'm ready to work hard. I'm ready to set my next goal. I'm ready to achieve my goals. But before, when I was there on the phone complaining with another person that is complaining, I hang up the phone and I just feel like, well, I'm just waiting for the end of the world, you know. Even though you need to separate yourself from negative people, you can't also isolate yourself, because when you're feeling low, you need people. You need to talk to people. You need to try to find a solution. And you know, sometimes, like, you don't even have to tell them a problem, but a conversation can bring some answers to you, can bring some type of light to you. So you need to actually really stop isolating yourself. That was number 4 on my list. Number 5, you need to stop blaming yourself. In order to be happy, you need to stop blaming other people for what you were not capable of doing yourself. I was not capable of making myself happy, so I was expecting someone else to make me happy. And because it did not happen, I blamed those people because they couldn't make me happy. But like I said earlier, no one else on this planet is responsible for your happiness, just yourself. Number 6 also is wanting to control everything. It's hard to be happy without feeling in control of your life. But do not take this too far by making yourself unhappy because you're trying to control too much. The only person you can control is you and yourself. You can't control people around you. You can't control what's going to happen tomorrow. And that's when we fall into the trap of one thing goes wrong, we just end up being unhappy. So you have the control of being happy, but you have no control of the outside world. I have the control. I can decide today, okay, I'm going for a run. I have the control to wake up, to go to put my shoes on and go to run. But I have no control over the weather. So if all of a sudden I'm ready by the door to go and it starts to pour, what do I do? That's what I mean by you can't control too much, because things will sometimes not work out the way you plan it to work out. So what do? You go around it. You find another solution. Do not want to over control. You can't control people. You can't control the weather. You can't control what's gonna actually happen tomorrow. You can control yourself. 7. Stop complaining. By constantly talking or complaining about how bad things are, instead of finding a solution to make them better, you're not only making yourself unhappy, but you're also pushing other people away from you, because now you become the one that come with negativity, so they need to move away from you. Life will not always go the way you plan it to go. Things will happen, but instead of complaining and talking about how bad they are or what they could have been, you should be focusing on what can you do to make things better. You will save a lot of negative energy. You will save a lot on time, because sitting there talking about it is not gonna make it better. You're just wasting time. Number 8 is to stop trying to impress other people. Stop trying to impress your family. Stop being in competition with your neighbor. Trying to impress other people is a source of unhappiness for sure, because you end up doing things just because you want them to see. You're not gonna do them because you want it. When you do something because you want it, you actually enjoy the process. But when you do something because you want so and so to see you, you could actually go all over the planet, all over the place. You'll be like a bouncy ball. You'll be unstable because all you're trying to do is to impress. Do things for yourself. Do things that you enjoy. Do not try to impress others. Number 9, you need to stop getting to set goals. Setting goals is something that is very important. And when I say setting goals, I'm not saying, okay, on 2,000 stores. No, it doesn't have to be big. It can be like a weekly goal. It could be as small as tomorrow I need to go to one store. It's already a goal. So setting yourself a goal is something that is important. A person living with that goal is a person living just to the death. That's exactly how I was living. And when I started having goals, I started having hope back, to have goals. I was working towards things. So I had less time to think about all the negative things to prepare. And every day that I would reach one of my goals, even if it was like the smallest thing ever, I was just feel happy with what I've done. I wasn't in a rush of pressing so and so. I just took my time to do it. So I would have a list of my goals, take them. So people think I just took every time I reached them. Number 10 is very important. You need to stop giving into fear. There is nothing else to fear itself. You need to learn to compare with things. Don't be afraid to take risk. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. You actually need to say those things to yourself every day, in the morning, at night. You have the list of things that you need to stop doing in order to be happy or happier, healthy or healthier. I gave in to fear. I was so scared, I did not try. And because I did not try, I'll for sure fail. What will happen if you ask? 2 things can happen. You may get, or you may not get it. But what will happen for sure if you don't ask? You will not get it. What will happen if you try? You could succeed or you could fail. But what will happen for sure if you don't try? You will never succeed. I personally know how many years I've wasted because of all the 10 things that I talk about that I was doing that wasn't helping me to be happy. I don't know how many years I have left. I have wasted those years. Now I'm on a journey into knowing myself, and every step that I take bring me closer to what is happiness to me. So take time to talk to yourself, be honest with yourself. You know, sometimes like you go to work, you come back home, you're tired, you eat, it's like a routine, and we are connected to work, connected to so many things, but we disconnect with ourselves. We need time to reconnect with ourselves. What is it that you need? What is it that you need to change in your life? Be your best friend. Be your partner in crime. Be you and be free. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you like this video. If you do, thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Until then, see you next time.